Okay, greetings YouTubers. We are December 2017 and I want to make a review or opinion or I don't know, whatever you wish to decide. This is a tube tester, Russian model or valve tester, model L3-3. It's the latest, and that would be 1986. Just a comment, I saw one picture of 1988 and it was Spanish. It was from Cuba Missile Crisis or something. That's American thingy. Well, anyway, first I took it out from the original box because I want to show it a little bit also inside. And this one is for sale because it's from a neighbor and he doesn't know how to use it, and I don't have money to buy it, to be honest. He showed me 2 years ago the tubes, and since then I'm only studying that, more specifically amplifiers, but I need to also study how they measure and how they supposed to measure and to operate and so on. So it was a lot of reading about tube testers, and I will come later why is this so special. And it's I don't know anyone else in existence, and there's shitload of 3/4 is just bad ones. I mean bad ones. Those good ones cost money, too much for some of them. This one is underpriced if you ask me. Okay, let's go first stop what is settings and measures. This is for measure input voltage for transformer. You set input transformer different voltages, and you know by it when you set the heater voltage of internal valves lamps, 6.3 volts, and you do it by pressing here. Tip. The scale needs to come around 120. I will make a later video measuring one pentode, and you will see how I do it. This is internal setting. Now, when you start measuring, put the tube inside. Set the heater voltage, which is with this one. This one is rough and exact. Actually, you can do it just rough, but yeah. Then you have to set grid voltage. You have two buttons, potentiometers, and you set, for example, -10, -63 scale here up. The program cards, for example, like this, shows you how. This part is for Roman 1, Roman 2, upper side, downside, I don't know how to call it. It's like 1-1, 40-2. It's written so you know how to set pins inside. I have schematics, and basically it's not so wow to set your own program cards. When you get in, you can measure basically anything up to 300 volts. Actually, I measured it goes to 500, 465. I don't know what I get. I don't remember. It was a couple months ago. I make a specific video how to test this device if it's measured correctly. It's amazing. Amp meter or voltmeter, and this one is 1%. As I was studying and making measurements and redrawn the schematics, I learned that these models, I mean these tube testers, have about 10-20 different impedance of this ammeter itself. So you need to adjust some resistors in size for specific amp meter impedances. It says, I have a picture on it. This one is like that number, 8720 or something, and don't matter. Anyway, this is it. Sockets, pin sockets. I read about that these ones have bad quality on Yak Music, or what is that business company. For this one specific, this one I didn't see any problems, so good. All of them high quality. So this, I continue with this one. We set plate voltage or anode voltage, grid 2 voltage. And then when we are setting, we always need to have parametry. It's basically shortening for this one, parametry, right? And then you set, I need to set, that's for internal heat voltage to check. Grid 2 setting, grid 1 plate voltage, and that's basically it. And then when you measure it, you see the anode current, grid 2 current, grid 1 current, transconduction. Transconduction I will come right away back, because it's very special. This is the reason what this instrument is unique, and the only one which makes measurements tube correctly. 1 second. This one, insulation, izolacja, and you put it down here, and then you go grid 2 to grid 1, cathode grid 1, cathode to heater, and the last one is plate. So back to the transconduction. Transconduction. This one has well, we'll start a little bit different. The other tube testers measure transconduction by using the frequency from mains voltage, meaning 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz, which is bad. Due to, because you measure second harmonics, third harmonics, and you add them to transconduction, meaning you measure it wrong from the top. The result is wrong. So this tube tester has a transconduction measurement with audio board is in the left side. I'll show later. It's got signal input. Damn. About 1400 Hertz, plus minus 40 Hertz. If I'm not mistaken, this one is 1388 when I calibrate it. And everything below that is filtered out, and everything above that is filtered out. It drops down, and meanings you don't measure the second harmonics, because the second harmonic is 2800 Hertz, and this one drops already like 80 Hertz down, and nothing below that. So second harmonic from 100 Hertz, it's 50 Hertz is 100 Hertz, and 60 120, and it's go by amplitude down and down. So you don't get this inside too. You only measure one signal, and that one this amplifier gives out. And this is the method, is the only one correct method how to measure transconduction on the tube. To my knowledge, don't hold me for 100%, but yeah, Remember, I'm learning this for 2 years, and it's way beyond me. And this must be, this too I'm not exactly sure. I think it's for rectifying reverse current. Not exactly sure. Okay, let's go inside. It's ground post, fuses. That's it. Anybody who will open this, remember, one of these capacitors or two are directly to the, they have 300 volts on it, so be careful. This for anode stabilization or smoothing, and this one for heater, for example. I mentioned that I measure everything when 2 or 3 resistors here are not exactly in specification, they are slightly out. I mean, specification, they are 0.05%, and these are 0.07 or 8 or 7. Close. I measured everything, like it's 200 resistors inside. Inspect. Ah, here we go. R71, not inspect, or a solution problem I had, because it's the limitation, the last digits on the meter itself can be wrong. Inspects, not inspect, plus resolution problem, not inspect. Ah, this one was inspect. Inspect, in specification. This one was not, like I said, slightly out. I measured 30.03, should be 15 ohms plus and minus. And resolution problem. It could be in spec, I don't know. As for the rest, every element, each individual component, this switch, OTK 30, meaning that it was tested and certified before it went for the fab. Each individual component, not just this one. I don't know. I will turn the meter a little bit. See this one. It's okay. Something like this has also. This one is audio board, and I changed capacitors inside, which were out of spec, but it actually it wouldn't even be necessary, but still, my perfectionism. Tubes are actually inside, new now. Resistors for reverse currents and heater supply. This is model L3, which makes it diodes inside here, and the old L1 was an L2, had tubes instead of diodes for rectifying DC. Okay, this is the machine. I will later make a video about how to measure one specific tube. Now I'll show you the schematics which I redrawn. This will get also the owner, because I have it in AutoCAD and I can print them out anytime as you wish. This is good to have if you want to make an own, for example, your own cards. For example, let's say you have one of the most famous tubes, which is ECC AD3, and you look pin 1, it's going yellow line, no, viola line, sorry, it's kinda can't see. So anode pins, and you go here and you see which one. There was some discrepancies. I was talking in a forum which was C16, and something about here, but that's it. Yeah. It took me like 3 months to redraw that one because I didn't know how to use AutoCAD, so I had to learn AutoCAD first. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. These scales are 1%. Okay, that's it. Thank you for now, and I hope it will be useful for somebody. And the last comment I will actually make, if anybody who is deciding to buy a tube tester, to be honest, I wouldn't even consider to buy something else. Or meaning the good ones like Hitchcock or AVO. There are some German ones, those are good to buy, because you need to buy a tube tester who measures at full power of the tube. When you know how to use this device, you can actually change and yeah, and make your own cards and stuff like that. You can measure everything. Next, even power tubes up to 300 and 100 milliamps, 300 volts. That's it. Have fun. I hope it helps for somebody. It's a really good device. Bye bye.